Greetings, YouTuber. You have entered the world of electrified network gaming and streaming. And here is your host, all the way from the internet, Sly885.
Sup, YouTube? It's your boy, Sly885. Okay, this react will be a little bit longer than the Meet Arnold reacts, but should be not too long anyways. I am now a newly monetized channel, and I'm very happy about that. And I mean monetized under the new rules that have been in place for a few years now, which are harder to, qualify for. Anyways, I've been meaning to actually do a react to TheOdd1sOut. It's been a long time since I actually watched a video from him, but he's a very popular channel. I first was introduced to him thanks to like his videos about his experience working at Subway. He did like 4 of those, I think, but I've watched some of his other stuff too that's really entertaining. I think Jaden Animation has better animation because at least the lips move in the animation, but TheOdd1sOut has an interesting animation style. To be honest, they look kind of similar, although Jaden Animation's better animated. But TheOdd1sOut is, they're really popular. I mean, I've seen I've seen books of his at Target. So, anyways, let's continue. Let's actually finally do a react to his channel. I haven't done one before, but now, how about now?
You know how when people get into a new relationship, they go through a honeymoon phase?
Oh, yeah.
Well, me and my girlfriend went through is the person I'm dating a deranged murderer phase. When she first came over to my house, she thought my Nintendo figure collection was something only a psychopath would have. And she's right. When you've been living alone for so long, sometimes you just need to buy friends and put them on display. And sometimes you do this by turning people into lampshades or chairs. Luckily, I just collect hunky reptile figures. Gift doesn't actually think I'm a psychopath anymore, which is good, because I don't want anyone to know the truth. However, early on in our relationship, there were some things I did that she didn't like. Like one time I was unloading the dishwasher and I was putting away the knives, and Gift looked at me all concerned and I asked, "What's the matter, huh? Huh?" I don't know what made her run to the other side of the room like that when I could clearly just throw the knife at her. Yeah, she's kind of stupid. But she definitely got her point across that she didn't like me holding multiple knives and told me to cut it out. But I didn't know if she was a psychopath either, though, because there are definitely some things about her that made me question her sanity. Like how she owns a $2,000 animal mascot costume, but she hates sports. That's weird. One time when I was over at her apartment, I was looking through her freezer, assuming she had bagel bites, and I asked, "Hey babe, where's all the bagel bites?" And there was this plastic grocery bag in there, and she tells me, No, don't look in there. We don't have any bagel bites. You ate them all, remember? But in my mind, all I'm thinking is, hold on. What the frick does this chick have in her freezer that she doesn't want me to see? A freezer is not a place where you tell someone, don't look in there. You say that about underwear drawers and toilets. That's it. I don't know what we did for the next 10 minutes, because all I was thinking about was how many severed hands were in Gift's freezer. But then I thought, okay, maybe I'm overreacting.
Yes.
I optimistically asked, "Hey, babe, are you, perhaps keeping a surprise for me in the freezer? Like a birthday cake? My birthday's not for another 5 months, but that's the only thing I could think a person would hide in a freezer that wouldn't make them a psychopath." And she said, "Nope."
Oh my god, come on.
So what's in there? Don't worry about it. Do you not see how this looks? If the doors weren't locked, I would have been out of there. I wasn't about to lose sleep over this, so I held up the knife I had from the previous joke and said, "What's in the freezer?" And she went, "It's a dead snake."
Really?
You had a dead snake next to the bagel bits! So fun fact about my Gift, she owns 8 snakes. Apparently she used to own 9. I've learned that snakes are a very low-maintenance pet. You only have to feed them once every 3 years, and if you cut them in half, they turn into 2 snakes. Yeah, so I have no clue how one of her snakes could have died.
Right.
And another fun fact, snakes lack the part of the brain that feels love. They're physically incapable of showing affection. So your pet hognose would sell your soul to Snake Satan for 1 dead mouse. So she already has 8 pets that don't love her, and potentially her boyfriend too if she doesn't get rid of that freezer snake. At least my reptiles aren't dead in a freezer. I immediately start asking questions. Why do you have a dead snake in your freezer? How many other dead animals are in your freezer? What the heck's wrong with you? And she said, I wanted to get him taxidermied, but the person I wanted to have do it was busy. Also, there's dead rats in there for my snakes. Oh, that explains why the bagel bites tasted so funny. What's extremely gross is that the snake is still in there to this day. I don't know how long the snake was in there before, but it's been well over a year since that incident. It's honestly extremely gross is that the snake is still in there to this day.
Yes!
I don't know
It's the don't hug me, I'm scared clock.
how long the snake was in there before, but it's been well over a year since that incident. It's honestly great though, because now she can never complain about the state of my refrigerator.
Yeah.
I'll have potatoes that are sprouting more potatoes, grapes that are getting me tipped.
Is that the spy from Team Fortress 2? Kind of like in that like that medic trailer for Team Fortress 2?
See, and if she points any of it out, I just respond with, oh, you think my refrigerator's disgusting? Yeah, Medusa? Uh-huh. One time she said, my fridge smells terrible and I don't know why. Really? You can't think of a single reason? She said, no, I said the fridge smells bad, not the freezer. I said, I will flush your snake down the toilet and give you a swirly. Now that's the sign of true love, kids. But for all I know, she could totally still have severed hands in there. After dealing with the snakesicle situation, there's some other things I've learned from being in a relationship. Apparently, there are rules and etiquettes when eating food, and my girlfriend sure does love and enforce those rules.
Oh, God,
I was
here we
taught,
go.
don't put your elbows on the table, close your mouth when you're chewing unless you want to talk to someone, and make sure you eat something green every once in a while. But according to her, there's more than that. Like, did you know that bagel bites aren't a part of a balanced diet?
Well, that
We
doesn't
were at a
really surprise
restaurant
me.
one time, pre-COVID, and when we got our food, Gift took a napkin and put it on her lap and told me to do that as well because you're supposed to do that in a society. I looked around the restaurant and
That's not
said,
the reason.
but no one else has a napkin on their laps.
Yeah.
And she said, that's because you wanted to eat at a Denny's. I didn't know why she was such a stickler for table manners until I went to her family's place for Thanksgiving, and I
Oh.
stepped inside and saw 2 sets of staircases in their house, and it all made sense.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fancy and collect staircases.
And
Going to my
rich.
girlfriend's home for Thanksgiving was the first time I met a partner's parents, and I tried really, really hard to get them to like me because I'm kissing their firstborn child. I'm in the house, dad's watching sports. I love sports, I lied. Mom's working on a puzzle. I love puzzles. They used to call me the puzzle king in high school.
Sure
My brother's
you.
playing Mario Odyssey. I love Mario. Oh, wait, I don't have to impress you. You suck at this game. In an effort to get them to like me more, I brought a gift for Gift's family. I got them a little baby cactus because it's small and prickly and doesn't like to be touched. Just like her. Ooh, ow, babe, no, babe, it was a joke, babe, I'm sorry. Gift's Thanksgiving meal was the polar opposite of my family's Thanksgiving. My family does Thanksgiving with 2 other families, and they all come together with mashed potatoes, and everyone gets in a line with paper plates, and we all have one big mashed potato potluck. Then I sit at the
Jeez.
kids' table to avoid talking about politics. Gift's
Oh,
family
gosh.
used real plates and had candles, and everyone puts a napkin on their lap. I felt like Shrek at Fiona's castle. They had 3 forks of various sizes,
Oh, no.
but I still wanted them to like me, so I wasn't about to point out that it made no sense to use 3 different forks to eat a meal. This must be why Gif is so afraid of knives. All these cutlery options are bringing up childhood traumas of going up all the stairs. But Gif's family was so fancy that I actually didn't even meet them on Thanksgiving. My memory just filled in that we were having a Thanksgiving meal. Gif read this script and was like, you know you didn't meet them on Thanksgiving, right? That was just a regular Tuesday brunch. That wasn't even a meal to be thankful for? Why do we talk about politics so much? One of the big political debates we have is that Gif tells me I wear dad socks. But I don't think she understands my genius. You see, if I buy and wear the same pair of socks for the rest of my life, I'll never have to worry about matching socks ever again. So I've already picked out the socks that I'm going to be wearing at my funeral. And as we were wrapping up our
Okay,
non-thankful
I don't
meal,
get it, but all right.
I got up from the table, and Gif's dad said, hey, I have those socks. So I guess she's right about something. And her dad totally likes me now. In the
I have
end,
those
as long as I make
socks.
Gif happy, then I know her parents will like me, no matter what socks I wear. And as long as you're with someone who makes you a happier person, then they're a good partner too, even if they refuse to throw away the dead snake they've had in their freezer for almost 3 years. Well, hello everyone. I know it's been a while, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. There were lots of things to learn in my first serious relationship, and if you have any advice for being in your first serious relationship, then let me know in the comments. I'm sure me and a bunch of other commenters will find that helpful. Fun fact, Gif and I wrote this video together, so if you didn't like it, that's on her. I'm just kidding,
That's messed up,
I don't want to end up in the freezer. Huge thanks to my amazing team for once again bringing these animated anecdotes to life. I couldn't have made this video without them. And on top of this, thank you all for supporting Cafe Chaos on Kickstarter. We sincerely appreciate all of your excitement. We have finally sent out pre-orders, and if you didn't get the chance to support the Kickstarter, you can now find all the items on my online store, link in the description. We do have some extra Kickstarter exclusives available, such as the...
Okay. I'm not familiar with that, but anyways, well, that was a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed that video a lot. I guess I've really been missing out. It's been too long since I watched The Odd Ones Out. Really entertaining channel, really entertaining guy. His first serious relationship. Well, you know, good for you, man. Honestly, it took a very long time for me to actually ever have a serious relationship. And, like, throughout high school, I just wasn't very talkative. I was very shy around women. I didn't know how to talk to them. And there were several women back in high school who liked me, and some of them I also liked back, but I just didn't really know how to talk to them. Plus, the one I really liked, I actually said hi to, and she was too nervous to respond, so she just went, eh. She liked me, though. I caught her staring at me all the time, wanting to talk to me, stuff like that. She just was, like, too scared to actually say anything, and then I got pissed off. I was like, you know, and kind of just gave up on trying to ask her out after that. It's like, great, yeah, I say hi. You can't even say hi back. I mean, you're interested, but you can't even say hi back, really? So that didn't help. When I went to Santa Rosa Junior College, there were a lot of women I met there. Most of them I didn't actually ask out, but there were some I did, and man, what sucks is there's like, at the time, the ones who said yes, something went wrong after they said yes. There was one who was incredibly hot, who I talked to, and I asked her out. She said yes, and then I just remembered that I left like this big suitcase, just left it sitting on the ground somewhere that anybody could just snatch, and I went back to get it because, you know, I didn't have a way to write down her phone number without the stuff that was in there, and I should have just, you know, I think I could have actually gotten that to work if I knew what I was doing. Like, I could have just said, hey, you know, I honestly left my stuff back there. Like, I could have just said, oh, I honestly left my stuff back there. You were so gorgeous, I had to talk to you, and I just forgot all my possessions or something. And, you know, she probably would have thought that was funny, and, you know, maybe we could have still gone out. But, you know, the thing is, I don't have any regrets, though, you know. There's... it took a long time for me to get into any serious relationships. I've been on a lot of dates in my early 20s, and they almost never led to a second date. It was frustrating, but looking back at it, I realized that's probably actually the case for most people. I mean, it can be really hard to connect with people. It can be. And yeah, you know, maybe you'll have a physical attraction to them, but then once you get to know them, you're just like not really into it, or they're not really into it, and you know, it's just one date and it's over with. Fortunately, I tried doing dating sites when I was 24 back in 2012, and things changed dramatically when I actually tried that. I met some girls that led to multiple dates and bed and other stuff, and this is something I live by. I think dating sites are the way to go. And the stigma against dating sites has to end. It is the way to go. Any girl who I've met in person and asked out, or she asked me out or whatever, the date never goes anywhere. There was one exception where it kind of did, but it turned out she was actually hiding a man that she was like already like with and just separated from, because he was in Afghanistan, fighting in Afghanistan. And she told me that later and made it seem like the fact that she was hiding this from me and was only dared to ask me out and wasn't actually all serious about it, like wasn't a big deal. And I just straight up told her, yeah, if this happened to you, you'd be pretty pissed too. And basically told her never to talk to me again. But yeah, so every time it was some chick I met in person, it just never led anywhere. That one was multiple dates, but it was somebody who was lying to me right from the start, even the day that she asked me out. So yeah, I find that dating sites are the way to go. They totally are, because you get to read their profile and you get to learn more about them before you actually meet them. So you can be like, oh, actually, this person has some weird beliefs. I'm not gonna meet them. I don't care how hot they are. Or, oh, this person wants this. I don't want that kind of stuff. Or, oh, wow, I'm reading a lot of cool things about this person and things we have in common, or some things I'd like to learn. Oh, let's get to meet each other. Stuff like that. In fact, in 2015, I met my wife on OkCupid. That's where I met her. I didn't meet her in person. I had never seen her in my entire life. I met her on OkCupid. We talked for a bit. We messaged each other. We kept messaging each other back and forth. And I said that I'm having a great time talking to her. I'd like to meet her and get to know her at some point. Schedule a date. And then she replied with, actually, can we meet tonight? And yeah, we actually met the same day. Yeah, she was more daring. She was definitely a little more daring than me. But yeah, we got married in August of 2017, and have been together since, and we've been together since 2015. So we're still in love. We're still together. We obviously have our arguments, we have our struggles, we have our issues, but we still care about each other, we still love each other, and we, enjoy each other's presence. Anyways, I kind of just went over into my life, but yeah, compromise is important in relationships, and it can be hard to compromise. It can be really hard to do it, but, it's important. But don't be like some people I know who bend over backwards and put their girlfriend on a pedestal and do literally everything she says and be controlled by her. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. If you let her make literally every single call at this point, that early in the relationship, then she'll probably get bored of you and actually leave you for somebody who actually has some backbone. I mean, there's a reason why women in their early 20s or back when they're teenagers like the bad boy, because the bad boy shows backbone and shows confidence. It's not because they're bad that they like him. In some cases it is. They think they could change them, which that's just not how it works. We're not in Disney. We're not in a Disney film from like the 1950s or something. So yeah, it's nowadays when it comes to bad men, it's more like Hans in Frozen. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Man, I had a lot more to say about this than I thought I did. Please click that bell icon to have notifications. I'm so happy my channel is monetized, but I want to keep it monetized, keep it going, and I also want to be sure that this channel keeps gaining momentum. So if you enjoy my videos, please share my channel, share my videos with others. not just my React videos, but anything else I've done, like the original comedy video of mine. It's a compilation of comedies I made from 2009 to 2020, and also my upcoming Sonic movie review. And also stay tuned for my live stream of Mario Maker 2 tomorrow, or whatever I end up live streaming if something goes wrong. Anyways, thank you so much for watching.